I appreciate it.
Nah, I appreciate you coming in here, man. Support, man. What I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna bring up the community board because I got some questions I got posted in the community board. I got people voting in there, so I know there's gonna be some controversial things that would make some good content to be talking about. So give me like literally like 60 seconds. We're gonna stop this joint right here. I'm gonna pull in. How your day been going though? Everything going good, man?
Man, today was an exciting day for me, bro. It was an exciting day. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to the people, man. Let them know.
I got a debate coming up. You know what I'm saying, with one of my YouTube brothers.
Okay.
It was finalized today. We talking Tank Davis versus Devin Haney. We got a couple of topics that we want to talk about. Not necessarily who wins the fight, but just debating on different topics. So it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for it. It'll be next Thursday.
It's next Thursday, okay. And it's gonna be streaming live on your YouTube channel.
Now it ain't on my channel. It'll be on one of my brother's channels. I don't know how you rock with plugging other people's channels, so I don't want to do that. But
plug it in, man. That's all we about, man. We about sharing the community, man. Like let them know. Drop it in.
It'll be Knockout Boxing 86 TV. You know what I'm saying? Me and him will be debating each other on certain topics with Tank Davis and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He's pro Tank, I'm pro Dev, and we looking to see how this work out, man. We looking to see how it work out.
Let me clear. Knockout Boxing 86 TV.
Facts.
All right. KNOCKO UT Boxing 86 TV.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna post that right there. Put in there. So you pro Haney, he's pro Tank. Now let me ask you this. I kind of want to stay on topic of that same thing, and I also want to touch some of these community board questions. But on that fact that you're just talking about right there, let's go ahead and insert Ryan Garcia into this chat real quick because I'm gonna have to do this because I'm from the same place Ryan Garcia. I'm from the high desert, so
you pro Ryan Garcia.
So I've been a Devin Haney fan for a very long time. I've been the guy that said
Me
that
too.
Devin Haney was going to dominate, division for a very long time. But I've always said if Ryan Garcia can get under the right training, get his mind right, he's like the kryptonite to everybody. Why? Not necessarily because he's the better boxer, he has the better IQ, but because he has all the physical advantages that if he's taught to use them right, he can beat everybody.
He's dangerous. If he's taught to use him right, he's dangerous. My problem with Ryan Garcia, I feel like, when he was under Eddie Reynoso, I feel like that stunted his growth as far as because I'm one of the individuals, and I get a lot of hate about this for being. I'm pro Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia is a hell of a fighter. Yep. My problem is I don't think he's been taught the right things. Because he has certain things that he does as far as keeping his chin up in the air, and even if you look at the last fight against Javier Fortuna, you notice that he tried his best to make sure he was tucking his chin versus keeping it in the air. He also, the way he was bending his knees versus being a straight up tall fighter, there were a lot of good things I saw from Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is dangerous, bro. He's dangerous, and I like Ryan Garcia. I don't like some of the antics, but as a fighter, the nigga he can fight. He can fight, and people forget that, and they want to go into he's a Instagram. Well, nah, I hear you, but the man may possibly have the best left hook in boxing. The body shots that he throw are crazy. I still, once again, and especially in that last fight against Javier Fortuna, the straight right he was using, the jab he was using, man, I'm just saying. And he's what, 5'10"? He got
5'11".
Yeah, he got good reach. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think he's a problem. I think Dev will beat the shit out of his ass, respectfully.
No, but I respect that. Go ahead, man.
But if he comes up against a Tank Davis, niggas talk Tank Davis, bruh. That ain't no. I think Tank has a good chance to win the fight. But at the same time, if he take his shit out the air, he take that chin out the air, bruh. You got big problems, Tank. You got huge problems because The hand speed of Ryan Garcia, I think he lacks the footwork. I think he lacks that. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the footwork, I think that Nick, to get on the inside, you're gonna have to take a lot of punishment to get on the inside. And I don't know. I got Tank winning the fight, but I think it's gonna be a very close fight. And if Tank don't knock his ass out, Tank gonna get his ass whooped, bro. It might, respectfully.
So you think Tank and Devin can beat Ryan Garcia? They have the upper edge. That's what you say.
I think that with Tank, bro, because of the size advantage, the reach advantage, the power that Ryan Garcia carries. My only problem is I hadn't seen him in the ring with tough opponents, and so I think if he
Ryan or Tank,
both.
But we could argue though, Ryan has technically been in there with a little bit tougher because I'm like technically the best opponent that Tank has had would be Gamboa. Technically,
nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say either Leo Santa Cruz or Pedraza. I would say Pedraza or Leo Santa Cruz over Gamboa.
Pedraza or Gamboa. You discrediting Gamboa like that? You know how great your Gamboa is.
I love Gamboa. The problem was when he got in the ring with these dudes, bro. He won the same Gamboa that we knew. He won the same.
Gamboa is compared to Pedraza and compared to Leo Santa Cruz. Gamboa was not scared to take chances. And that's kind of the knock on his career is he took chances that it's like, man, why you take that fight? Why did you move? You know what I'm saying? And that's because he thought he was that great. That's my personal opinion. It's like, if you're not that great, you're not going to take those chances. I'm like, Pedraza didn't take those chances, and neither did Leo Santa Cruz. The one time Leo did take that chance was against Gervonta, and he got knocked out. So like me personally, when I look at Ryan Garcia's resume, I see Javier Fortuna as a very formidable win because Lomachenko wasn't able to get Fortuna out of there. He fought no, it wasn't Loma. Who did Fortuna fight in his last fight?
I believe Fortuna in his last fight. Well, he this previous fight outside before Ryan Garcia. Then Fortuna fight Jojo Diaz.
Yes, it was Jojo. Yes, Jojo
Diaz.
And Jojo Diaz wasn't able to get him out of there. And a lot of people saying Ryan Garcia was ducking Jojo. But you see what Garcia did to Javier, and then also Luke Campbell. People want to act like Luke Campbell was an formidable opponent. Luke Campbell gave Lomachenko hell to an extent. Loma was able to get Luke out of there.
Hey, Luke Campbell is a gold medalist, bro. So exactly. you got to have skills to be a gold medalist. You got to have skills to do that.
So I'm like, we have to respect Ryan Garcia has a resume. I think Devin Haney has the best. This is my personal opinion. I think Devin Haney has the best resume as of now. When we're talking about that weight division or hovering around that weight class. Right behind him, me personally, I think it's kind of arguable. If we're talking about the young guns, then I would have to put Ryan Garcia there, and then next I would have to put Gervonta when it comes to the resume. But
this is the problem. The problem with Tank is according to everybody I talk to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got to debate against it. So I'm anti-Tank right now, even though I love Tank as a fighter. I love him.
Yeah, and me too.
I'm anti-Tank right now. My problem is he has the opportunity to make the big fights, and that's not what he's doing. Out of all the fighters right now, you know what I'm saying? He got the best opportunity to make the biggest fights happen, and he ain't going for the smoke like that. So I can't disagree with anything you just said.
The thing is, though, what you'll probably get back the pushback on that. Well, I don't know if he'll go there, but you can say it's like it's not his fault because this is what I was just talking about with my guy Zen before when he was talking about Gervonta, and it was like when we really think about Gervonta, we talk about all these young guys, but I'm like Ryan Garcia is 24, Devin Haney is 23, Stevenson is 24. Like these guys are all young, and Gervonta Davis, he's still a young gun, but he's older than he's 27, going on 28. So it's like. Right. If you really look at it, it's like technically we shouldn't really be mentioning them in the same name. If we are, Gervonta Davis should be levels ahead of them. But for some reason, he's still in a stage where he's still learning, and his peak will be later than the guys that we're talking about. And
but this is the thing: what they're going to tell you, and I just thinking about this conversation. I already know what they're going to tell you. Well, Gervonta Davis, he didn't have his dad there, so it took him a little longer to develop. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't want none of that, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You
But
feel
it's
me?
not the development. I don't think it. See, the person who doesn't know boxing, they'll say it's the development. It's not about the development in boxing. No, having your father there is about the management,
The
money
management,
wise.
but
His future, his past was controlled by Floyd. Is that good? You know, he made a lot of money, but I actually think it was good. I actually think Floyd did right by him.
so let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this: is his future controlled by Floyd?
Yes, absolutely. He's gonna resign with him.
That's a damn shame. Ain't no way. And one of the topics that we will be debating about is who wants the smoke. That's why I say I got
Yeah.
that topic in the bag already.
Yeah,
I
because
got it.
Devin Haney wants it because his the Devin Haney pop's never gonna be like, nigga, you ain't finna sign with nobody long term. Like we gonna control everything. He was just
And
with
we'll go across the street, the fictional street. We'll go across there if necessary. We gonna go get the smoke, bro. We gonna go get it regardless. Whereas with Tank Davis,
Yeah, he controlled by
we're gonna keep everything. We gonna keep everything in house.
house. Yep.
And you know what? I ain't even mad. If Tank want to fight for the money and that's what he wants to be about, I'm not mad at that. But I will say I'm gonna criticize you because you not fighting the best, bro. You not fighting the best. If you not fighting the best, then what you want me? How can I put you above these fighters who going out here and looking for the smoke? I can't put you up there like that, bro. Respect.
The only thing I will say to kind of counteract that is I don't think Gervonta wants that. I think as a young man, I think he wants to fight all these dudes. I just think is Floyd Mayweather like, yo, this is how I'm going to control, you know, this is one thing a lot of people don't want to talk about. Everybody wants to make Adrian Broner seem like he's a failure and he's not, you know, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. So all of you guys talking shit about Adrian Broner doesn't make sense.
He was the youngest 4 division champion.
They don't know. They just forget. It's like I ignore all the Adrian Broner slander. I'm like 5-6 years from now, y'all gonna be talking about Adrian Broner and like bright lights. But y'all don't understand the reason why Floyd Mayweather. Well, I'm not gonna say this. This is from my perspective. Allegedly, this is me watching whatever. I think the biggest reason why Floyd and Adrian Broner didn't work out was because Adrian Broner wanted to be like Floyd so much, but at the same time, he didn't want to sign. He didn't want to sign with Floyd. People don't ever talk about that. People always try to make it seem like, oh, he wanted to be like Floyd, and Floyd didn't like that. Y'all ever realize that Adrian Broner never signed with Floyd? He was signed to Showtime, but he never signed with TMT.
But also, and somebody like Devin Haney. Devin Haney came up under the Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to sign with him. Shakur Stevenson was in that gym as well. What happened? He didn't want to sign with him. When you sign with Floyd, and respect to Floyd, I love Floyd boxer. As a promoter, I look at him differently. The reason being is because he has this blueprint that he's looking for to make money, and that's what promoters are supposed to do that. But at the same time, with somebody like Tank Davis, and when I think Tank is the goods, bro. I think he's the goods. I think Dev beat him. I think Shakur beat him. I think at 140, Gary Antoine Russell beat him. Outside of them, those individuals, Tank stop everybody else, in my opinion.
I'm happy you pointed out Gary Antoine Russell because he's a guy and nobody's talking about him. He finna be a dog.
He a beast, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Dev is my favorite fighter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If Dev fight Antoine Russell,
he finna be a dog.
I'm probably gonna have to take Antoine Russell. I'm rooting for Devin. I'm rooting.
And this is how much of a I don't even know a niche boxing fan I am. I'm the guy who's saying everybody's talking about Devin Haney and everyone's talking about Tank Davis. Y'all don't know, man. Tevin Farmer versus Mickey Bay finna come up. Let Tevin Farmer come back being who he was. If y'all don't remember, man, 5-6 years ago, y'all want to talk about Tank ducking everybody. They didn't want no smoke with Tevin Farmer 5 years ago.
Yeah, no smoke.
Lucky he got shot in the hand. Y'all didn't want that smoke.
But Tevin Farmer can fight. He can fight.
You know, his defense, but it's like he got to come back right. So I'm one of those guys, and that's a real optimistic viewpoint for me because Tevin Farmer, I love Tevin Farmer, but I'm like, if Tevin Farmer come back against Mickey Bay, by the way, Mickey Bay's only loss against George Kambosos Jr. It's a split decision. If he come back and he put work on Mickey Bay, even though Mickey Bay, you know, he has been out of the game for a long time, he is older. Yeah. I just think I'm like, just be ready. I'm like Tevin Farmer can make some noise in this 130, 135, 140, you know, pound. He can fluctuate between the weights. So we got another contender coming in.
How old is Tevin Farmer? I don't know that off the top. How old is Tevin Farmer?
I think Tevin Farmer is like 32, 33.
Okay, he right there. He right there. I look at I look at Ted. I look at him like I look at Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? The only difference.
Yeah, I hate what they do. Okay, so no, Tevin Farmer's only 32, bro.
Okay, 32.
So
Okay.
he's still in his prime. And you know, Regis, he's only like 29, 30.
No, Regis like 30. I think Regis 32, 33.
You're right. Yeah, I think he's like 31, 32.
Somewhere in there. I don't know the exact age, right? So don't quote me on it.
I'm looking right now. Hold on. Regis Prograis. Okay, yeah, you're right. He's 33. Okay, so yeah, wow, Regis is older than all of them. Wow, yeah, that's surprising.
But Regis, man, and luckily I'm happy for him because I thought they was gonna shit on. You know, they made or the WBC made the Zepeda versus Ramirez fight. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be for. But at the end of the day, they just came out and they said the winner of that fight need to fight Regis. So at least he ain't getting shitted like that. My problem
I
is
didn't hear about that. Okay, I'm happy. That's good because they be playing Regis, man. My bad. If I remember, I appreciate you mentioning the name because I be forgetting some of these names because it's like, you know, you get some of these names get so undermined when it comes to like, you know, the Gervonta Davises, the Devin Haneys. I'm happy you pronounced Regis because Regis is absolutely dog. You know what I'm saying when it comes to 140 division. Josh Taylor, we forget about Josh Taylor. But you know, Josh Taylor is talking that bullshit, man. You got Jack Catterall trying to get that smoke out. You know.
Hey, so did Josh Catterall? I mean, did Josh Taylor beat Catterall in your opinion?
No, he didn't. No, he lost.
He lost that
by
fight.
At least 3 rounds.
Facts.
By at least 3 rounds. But at the same time, you got to understand that Josh Taylor, he was on that ESPN deal. And this is why, and see, I get off topic and I hate it, but this is why I say Demetrius Andrade, take that match. What do you feel? How do you feel about the WBO trying to say, hey, yo, Demetrius Andrade, you got to fight your mandatory in Hanebek. You got to fight that boy.
Yes, that boy Janabek can fight. He can fight.
You know what I'm saying?
I like Janabek.
Southpaw, power in both hands.
And this is the thing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think he's on like 31, 32.
But I'm a fan of Andrade. Oh, I don't know if it's Andrade. I don't know the nigga name, but
it's Andrade. I've been a Boo Boo fan since I was a young nigga. So yeah, that's one of my favorite fighters.
Boo Boo can fight, bro. He can fight. My thing
fighter in that division.
In that situation, bro, I got Boo Boo. I think he beats Janabek. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very dangerous. I think it's a very dangerous fight.
Thank you for being real. Because anybody who's going to say Boo Boo was trying to avoid Hanebek, I'm like, no, he's not. He took the fight against Zach Parker. Do you guys understand that Zach Parker is technically Hanebek, but bigger and younger?
Hey, Zach Parker can fight too. He can fight.
Zach Parker was 28 years old, all KO, like nigga, taller than Hanebek. Like do you guys understand? He accepted that, and he was going to go fight in the UK.
In the UK,
in the US, bro.
But I don't, bro. So I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I chop it up on different boxing channels and shit like that. One of the individuals who call themselves or who used to be in the game, I ain't gonna call no names, but according to him, and I don't believe it, but I will say it is suspicious. He's saying that the injury, you know what I'm saying, that Boo Boo came up with the shoulder injury, I believe. Was more manufactured than anything else, you know what I'm saying? Because the Zach Parker fight wasn't going to be a big enough fight. But he also said that the injury for Charlo against Sulecki was once again another manufactured injury because tickets weren't selling that way. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't have those resources to say yay or nay. But I do find it very suspicious all the way around on both sides, if that makes sense.
I think those are great conspiracies. I have my own conspiracies on those. So it's like, I love that reasoning. I'm like, okay, that's what you think happened. The reason why I think this shit got canceled, I think it all had to do with Canelo losing. I think Jamal Charlo was fighting Sulecki because he was going to keep himself in the Canelo sweepstakes because they expected Canelo to beat Bivol. Demetrius Andrade was doing his first fight at 168 when he's usually a 160er. So he was making his way in the super middleweight division. And he was going to fight Zach Parker for the interim, I think it was a WBO title. That would have made him have to be the mandatory for Canelo if he fought one more time with that interim belt. So all of their ploys when it comes to Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade was, I need to be in the Canelo sweepstake. You know what I'm saying? Once Canelo beats Bivol, I have to, make sure I'm in a position where when Canelo wants to fight his next fight, I make sense. When Canelo lost, that's when I think, I'm not saying if the injuries were real or not, but I'm like, that's when all of a sudden Jamal was like, why am I fighting Selecki? And Demetrius Andrade was like, why am I fighting Zach Parker? I posted videos on my YouTube channel saying these fights are not going to get rescheduled. Most fights, when someone's injured, they get rescheduled.
Facts.
I was like, these fights will not get rescheduled. And what are we seeing? They're not getting rescheduled.
And now you got these niggas, they want to go out, respectfully, they want to go out and get drunk, and then they calling all type of names. But at the end of the day, bro, it's crazy to me that Charlo, bro, you saying you want to fight this, you want to fight Andrade or Andrade.
All of a sudden you don't know his name, and y'all been attached to each other for 6 years now.
Some type of way, Chris Eubanks Jr. then came up.
Yo, how crazy was that? Like, no one ever talks about Eubanks Jr.
What are you talking about right now? And David Benavidez is out here calling all y'all niggas pussy. Come on, man. Y'all, man, go get the smoke, man. Go get the smoke. Go get it.
That's a great point, though, when it comes to David Benavidez, where it's like, I've given David Benavidez his credit because he's called out Jamal Charlo and he's called out Demetrius Andrade. Right. So it's interesting that when Jamal had that rant,
Caleb Plant. So it's interesting to me when Jamal had that rant. It was like, okay, all of a sudden now you're calling out Andrade.
now all of a sudden you calling out Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, who's you calling out Chris Eubank Jr.? Like what? Chris Eubank Jr. This nigga, he's in the UK. Y'all don't. PBC doesn't even do dealings with Eddie Hearn. They don't ever like do any type of dealings with Matchroom.
You know that shit ain't getting made.
Yeah, and, like, so I'm like.
And then the thing is, Triple G done told y'all from the beginning, I ain't fighting y'all, nigga. I'm not fighting y'all. He said that.
And so Triple G is a co-promotional deal with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. So he's another UK person. You called out two UK, like what?
But y'all won't fight each other. Just make the fight between each other, bro. Boo boo, you ain't with the zone no more. You know what I'm saying? You a free agent. Go with a PBC, and I ain't gonna lie.
You see what Boo's doing? Oh, go ahead, my man.
I was just gonna say I ain't gonna lie. I will say this, and I don't know. I ain't even fit to get into that shit. I ain't even fit to get into Bud and Spence. I don't want to get into that because that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. But at the end of the day, bro, if you a free agent, bro, go get the smoke, man. Go sign whatever deal. All the big fights for Boo Boo right now is with the PBC. Go sign a 3-fight deal and fight them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant, same thing. Caleb Plant
has no. That's a different excuse. So I'm gonna be the guy. So let me be the devil's advocate where I'm on the fighter side where I felt the same way. So we was talking about Tevin Farmer earlier. And we was like, why? How you gonna lose to JoJo Diaz and not take the rematch? You feel me? You just stop fighting. Well, a little bit of research. I haven't done a lot, but a little bit of research I've done. Tevin Farmer is supposed to be releasing the book on all the things that happened. Apparently, he wanted to fight, but he wasn't allowed to. There was legal troubles. Contract issues. So there's something that I always pinpoint on Eddie Hearn. I really appreciate Eddie Hearn. I salute him, and he's done a great job of what his space is in boxing. But I will always remember when his whole point was I need to break into the U.S. market. And some of the first two fighters that he signed to break into the U.S. market was Tevin Farmer and Demetrius Andrade.
Facts.
And I have a reason to believe that there was contract issues with Tevin Farmer after that JoJo Diaz loss because they probably didn't expect him to lose. And I have a reason to believe Andrade having that injury with Zach Parker. I feel like there's just some, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's more to the story than just, hey, I can just move on. I think there's some issues going on because I'm like, why is all of a sudden Demetrius Andrade challenging Eubank Jr. to a fight for $1 million?
$1 million? $1 million.
That's what he offered him. He said, hey, Eubank, you can fight me. I'm offering you at least $1 million.
That ain't shit, bro.
Talking about in the UK. I'm like, why is Andrade asking for this fight? Are you tied up? Are you still obligated to have that one fight with Eddie Hearn?
Man,
he had one fight left on his shit.
And it was supposed to be the Zach Parker fight, but he pulled out of it because of an injury. And I don't know exactly how to. And because I don't have the contracts. I can't say. I really can't say. I heard individuals say certain things, but I don't know that to be facts just because I don't know what the dealings is. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you got to get that last fight. You know what I'm saying? With the guard. If that's the case, then I understand it. But my thing is you ain't this nigga. He finna fight Conor Ben, bro. Like you got go fight Zach Parker, bro. Go fight him. Fight man.
Check this.
Talk to me.
Heard declared this week. There's no contract signed yet between Eubank and Conor.
Agreed. I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm not disagreeing.
I could challenge it and I could say Conor Ben and his team put that pressure out there on Chris Eubank Jr. and his team because everyone for especially when it comes to US boxing fans, Chris Eubank Jr. is huge in the UK. Facts. They want him to do monumental things, right?
Conor Ben is too, though. Conor Ben is.
He is, but Conor Ben's younger. Chris Eubank Jr. is at the point where it's like, yo, are you gonna like this is kind of your last run, right? So Chris Eubank Jr. is in a position where it's like either I do this fight against Conor Ben, you know what I'm saying, a smaller opponent, I won't get nothing out of it in my division, but if I beat him, I'll get some love. Or now you have someone like Demetrius Andrade, and I'm telling you, this is coming from the ear of Matchroom saying, hey, Eubank's in a bad position. Call him out. He doesn't have anybody that he can fight in his division where they can say, hey, Eubank Jr. lived up to his hype. But Andrade, if he beats you, Andrade, you know what I'm saying? He has someone on his resume. So that's why I think all this is a ploy. That's why I still think Andrade is still obligated to the zone and Matchroom for one more fight. I think this is all. And yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm definitely on my conspiracy shit.
Hey, and you say conspiracy, the shit is logical. It's logical at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because although we don't know this to be facts of what we're talking about, it makes sense of what you're saying. You know what I mean? And then my thing, once again, going back to Charlo, for you to call out Eubank, whatever his name, I can't. I'll be bad with names, bro. So I don't want to disrespect nobody.
That's right, Eubank. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Because why did Charlo?
Why would you? Like ain't doing business with Eddie Hearn. You know
that is random.
It's I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on right now, but it seems like these individuals they looking for lifelines out here because they not getting the Canelo fight. Whatever they want to tell you, they not getting the Canelo fight. No
That's
time.
Why. That's why, like ultimately is because the Canelo hype train where they thought it's a lottery ticket. It all died when he lost to Bivol.
Bivol fucked all that shit up. He fucked it all.
Everything. I'm like, damn, because you know damn well, even if Canelo beats Triple G, he was gonna want the Bivol fight rematch.
Right.
And if Bivol let's say Bivol fight, he's supposed to fight within that time either against Buatsi or
Bivol Zerto. He's supposed to fight Zerto.
Or Zerto. Yeah, so he's supposed to fight Zerto Ramirez or Buatsi. It all depends on who comes with the biggest bag. But say he loses to them, you don't think Canelo's gonna be waiting in the wings and be like, I want to fight the guy who beat Bivol?
You damn right he is. You damn.
He's not gonna give a fuck about this. So it's like it's a catch up that's going on right now where everyone's like, oh damn, like, all right, I thought I was gonna have a chance at Canelo. Now we got to make our own name. That's how I see it, and I hate that it's like that. That's how I hate that I see it that way.
But that's the problem. The problem is so many of these guys, they've been sitting here waiting for a Canelo fight to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been waiting for. And they ain't find the best. At the end of the day, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't give a damn. And I understand that this is their business. You know what I'm saying? This is how they make their money. So I understand you wanting to fight or you wanted to optimize your purse. I understand that. My thing is if you ain't got this fight, the Canelo fight, if y'all can't make that, Charlo and Boo Boo, If you can't make that fight happen, nigga, you need to go fight the next. Go fight, man. Make your legacy, bro. Go make your legacy. And David Benavidez right now, for both of them, David Benavidez done called everybody a pussy. He done called everybody that. And so they go whoop, if y'all think he ain't shit, go whoop his ass then. Go whoop his ass.
That is the one anomaly when it comes to everything, especially when it comes to outside Canelo. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, David Benavidez, he doesn't bring in or generate the amount of money or the eyeballs when it comes. It's a higher risk than a reward. But he is the one guy that is calling everybody out. I understand it. He's younger than most of the guys when it comes to division. So it's like I get it to that extent too. But it's like, you know, I can understand the other, you know, outside looking in where it's like, okay, I could fight him, but a lot of people wanted to fight David Benavidez or they considered it to get to Canelo. Like, you got to understand, like, all roads lead to Canelo.
Facts.
But when Canelo is like, yo, I just lost to this person or I'm focused on this division and those roads get cut off, we go right back to the same old storyline that we're seeing in every other weight division, where it's like, well, what's the point of me fighting this guy when there's a possibility of me losing, but I'm gonna be making the same amount of money? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about money now.
But this is my problem. My problem is, and I'm not disagreeing with anything you said. It's all facts. Yeah. My problem is I watched Jamel Charlo at 54. I watched him become undisputed, and then have a mandatory put in his face right after that. You feel me? Where's Canelo's mandatories at 60 right now, nigga? He undisputed at 60. Where's his mandatories at?
But it's because one. So if we're looking at it from a marketing aspect, Canelo was built up from when he lost to Floyd. Mm-hmm. So there's money behind him. So there's reasons behind to make sure certain things work in his favor. Jamel Charlo, remember, he wasn't the popular twin. Everyone was putting their money behind Jamal. Everyone thought Jamal was going to be that guy.
Yeah. Well, we was wrong about that. We was wrong about that.
But even to look at Jamel, it's like, if you're not in the moment, some people will look at the records and be like, well, Jamal's undefeated and Jamel got a couple losses. But if you in the moment, you understand that Jamel was a dog. The shit that he did to be great is absolutely respectable, but because people didn't expect it, and obviously because of who he is, skin color, etc., he's gonna be always put in a place where it's gonna be like, we're gonna keep challenging you. You feel me?
I feel you. And but the thing is, and especially you ain't got to say it. I'll say it respectfully on your channel on Black Fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level there. You know what I mean? And
type, though, you got to be specific because I'm a very specific person. It's certain type because I just spoke about the differences between Jamal and Jamel. I love both of them. They're great twin brothers, amazing things, but Jamal carries himself very differently than Jamel. Jamel gets way more criticism than Jamal. But
Mel want all the smoke, bro. I rock with I don't rock with Maul like that. I rock with Jamel, and I'm the individual who I rock with individuals who want smoke, bro. If you want the best and you gonna fight the best, and I give Jamel, Jamel, the young brother, I give him the credit because even he's taking a loss, he had a draw. But he went back and he defended all that shit.
Every single loss, he was like, nigga, get me back in the ring.
Put me back in that mother.
That's greatness. I hate that, you know what I'm saying, us as boxing fans, we don't see that as greatness. We see that as, oh, he got a second chance. It's like,
hell, no. It depends on the boxing fan you talking to because I'm the individual. My thing is I don't care if you got a loss. I could care less about a loss. What I care about is, even if you take that loss, are you going for the smoke, bro? If you going for the smoke, I don't care if you win, lose, or draw. Devin Haney, right? I rock with Dev. The reason I rock with him is because the nigga, he want all the smoke. When it was Robert Easter Jr., this is kind of going into the debate I'm gonna have coming up, but Robert Easter Jr., he called Robert Easter Jr. out. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko, he called that nigga out. Teofimo Lopez, he called that nigga out. Ryan Garcia, when Ryan Garcia was supposed to be the mandatory, you know what I'm saying? He showed up at the fight multiple times saying, hey, let's make the fight happen then. You know what I mean? He going for all the smoke. Anybody going for the smoke, bro, I'll rock with you, win, lose, or draw. If you lose the fight, I ain't got no problem with you losing the fight. My favorite fighters in history, you know what I'm saying, outside of Mayweather, have all lost fights.
People be too stuck on Mayweather. Like it's very rare you talk to someone and said Mayweather is your number one fighter.
Nah, Mayweather ain't my number one fighter. He's not my number one.
It's rare. Like we all respect him. We all say don't disrespect him. He's undefeated, but it's rare you'll talk to someone like, who's your top five? And you'd be like, oh, number one, Mayweather. It's like,
nah, man. And the thing is, all the great fighters throughout history of boxing have losses, bro. Outside of Mayweather, what? Rocky Marciano? That's who we want to say. Everybody takes an L, bro. That's cool to take an L. And we need to get back, as far as fans of the sport of boxing, we need to get back to it where you can take an L and still come back and be great, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sweet Pea, one of the best defensive fighters, you know what I'm saying, in the sport. The nigga took L's. Sugar Ray, both Sugar Rays, Leonard and Robinson, both of them, they took L's. They all took it. Mike Tyson, me and Mike Tyson got the same birthday, bro. June 30th. Mike Tyson took L's. Yeah. Okay to take a L, bro. Fight the best, though. Just fight the best, and we're going to respect you for fighting the best. But because of the climate we're in today, you know what I'm saying, a lot of quote-unquote boxing fans, they want to sit here and critic. I watch niggas when Shakur beat the dog shit out of Valdez. Oscar Valdez is a good fighter, bro. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? I'm not going to criticize the man for taking an L to a better fighter. I'm not going to criticize him for that.
But I'm also not going to overrate him, though, too. I'm like, you know, we gave him a lot of, you know, everybody tried to make Valdez seem like he was, you know, y'all boosted him because he was with, you know, Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He did beat, you know, a legend. But I also think, you know, that legend that we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, he was an older fighter, man. I feel like
but he's only taking one loss.
Right.
And
yeah, no, I agree with that.
And the loss he took is to what I think, as far as Shakur goes, I think Shakur, he's the goods. You know what I'm saying? I think Shakur is the goods, and he took a loss to that man. But anybody else at 130, you know what I'm saying? Oh, 135, or 130 right now, 130. Anybody else there? Hey, outside of, I think Navarrete will be a tough fight for him. But outside of that, bro, I got Valdez beat the shit out of niggas, bro.
Well, he says Shakir is going to be moving up. What he's speculating, he's going to be moving up after the next fight.
He needs, and if he move up, I want to see him fight Devin Haney.
He's not going to do that. By the way, Shakir is older than Devin Haney, if nobody knows.
Not by much, but I agree with it.
But he's older.
But and the thing is, if you ever hear
Shakir, if you're younger, like real quick, my bad, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you, like that matters. Like if you're younger. And we're talking about weight classes, that means you're naturally a bigger person. You feel me?
Facts.
Height doesn't really necessarily mean nothing when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, generating power, etc.
Shakur said it himself. He was like, hey, you know, and you know him and Dev, they rock heavy. But he was like,
that's why I don't think they'll ever fight. You know what I'm saying? Personally.
I hope that they fight, bro. Only reason I hope they fight because I think that's one of the ultimate chess matches that we can see as far as boxing goes.
But I think we already have the blueprint. I think Devin Haney's gonna move when it's time for him. He'll move up, and then Shakir. I don't think they'll fight. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like we're seeing, like with the young guns and like basketball and stuff, and playing in AAU. Like you develop certain relationships. It's like I grew up with you, was in the same tournaments, all that type of shit. Like I ain't finna fight you. What's the point of this? And even if we do fight, the outcome won't really be authentic because. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's not the same.
Too well.
It's not the same when I'm fighting my brother. That's what it comes.
Yeah, exactly.
To Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, he put it out there. He was like, I'll never fight Shakur. That's my brother. I'm not fighting him. Whereas the one thing I will say is Dev and Shakur both have said, and like I say, I rock with Devin. I rock with Devin Haney, bro. But they've both said that, damn it, if it come down to it, we need to get in the ring together. If the money is right, we need to both make each other money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. And if regardless of who wins or loses, I'm still rocking with both of them. What? And I say that to say this.
Wait, real quick before you go on, real quick. You know who also said that?
Who's that?
Earl Spence and Jamel.
Facts.
You think they'll ever fight?
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You think they'll ever fight?
Hold on.
Said, they asked him. They said, "Hey, yo, if Jamel said if you said you gonna move to 154, would you fight Jamel?"
He said,
"After the money makes sense and all this." But you really believe that?
Hold on. But this the difference. And I'm gonna answer both questions. Do I believe it? No, I don't believe it. The reason I don't believe it is because I don't think Mel want to fight EJ. But at the same
time, EJ want to fight Mel. I think it's love. I think, bro. I would argue that Mel probably got a closer relationship with EJ than he does with his own twin brother because they train together so much.
I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. But I have heard EJ say that if the money is right, then we can get it on.
But I don't believe that though. I don't believe that because I'm like, if you're willing to say that about your brother that you train with, why haven't the Terrence Crawford fight happened? You feel me? So if we're gonna blame everything on Terrence Crawford, that tells me that it's not about you just making the fight happen. The money has to make sense. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making it because I'm like, if you saying, "Oh, I'll fight my brother for the right amount of money," but you telling me you won't fight a nigga you don't know for the right amount of money.
So now I'm gonna just tell you, if you want to get into and respect to you, much love to you, and I appreciate talking boxing with niggas who know boxing, and that's what I could. You know boxing, bro. I can tell from the conversation we done had. You know boxing. If we want to get into that, I think there's other things going on in that situation as far as Bud and EJ. If you want to talk that, we can. We can talk it, but I would table it. I would say let's table it until we get these other topics out the way. That's the only thing I'll say.
Real quick, how much time we got left for tonight? Because I'm like, look, it's Friday night. I ain't going out tonight.
I'm rocking tonight, bro. I'm rocking. I ain't got shit to do.
So you can, okay, about an hour left, then you all right. Because I'm like, I'm gonna go through some of these community board questions, which I know will probably trigger you, and we'll have some actual official, you know what I'm saying, fill-ins and answers from the, you know what I'm saying, BlakGooseTV family. You already see what this one first off.
Oh, real quick, I just want to say one thing. So
before you start, I'm sorry. No, I'm not interrupting. Before you start, go crazy, talk to people, because what I'm about to do, because I need me a little bathroom break. I got to take a little bathroom. I'm gonna give you some water because we've been going crazy for a minute. So it's like, look, hold on, I'm gonna salute. Hey, look, this is the first time I've done this on the channel where, you know what I'm saying, Dub Rightside, he came in, he said, drop the link. I dropped the link. He came in and you killing it, bro, man. I appreciate you, bro. So you know, off of this nigga, there's expectations. Off the first one, there's expectations. So there's gonna be time I'm like, hey, yo, bro, you want to do the live?
Hey, I'm gonna drop my number or my email, something. I'll drop it to you when you go live.
I got it in my in the Black Goose joint, the one I sent for the link.
Well, I don't check my email enough. I'm that guy. So in the email, you know what I'm saying, I'll drop my number. Man, hit me up when you go in, because I'll kick it with you any day of the week, bro. Anybody who knows boxing, I love speaking and talking to y'all, because I know a lot of my personal friends, niggas don't know boxing, bro. They don't have a clue about boxing. And because they don't, it's hard sometimes to have conversations, because this the shit I like to talk about. You feel me? This is what I like to talk about. So, hey, you do your thing. I'll cook for a second. Let me know when you're back, because I got questions for you. And making sure. But EJ, is that going to be the next topic for us?
Yeah, we're gonna get into Bud. Okay, so we're gonna get into Bud and EJ. We're gonna talk about that, and then we can also talk about, because I'm like, for the I got some community boards, because I also wanted to get into the weigh-in. Like, I wanted to do a reaction to the weigh-ins for Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez Jr., because we're gonna do the Fluence.
Me too. Me too.
We may, but we're gonna come on some of these questions for the community board, because we got some votes. Excuse me. So we got the Ryan Garcia votes, 8 votes, family, 30 votes. So I want to go into some of these votes here. This one is a one, the overrated one. I really want to get into this because all y'all came in and y'all wanted to really vote on this joint. So I want to get into some of these questions and just kind of, you know, fill out how you feel about it, how I feel about it, see what we can debunk, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas is mad biased. So
the other thing I want to say, bro, so you reacted to, I don't know if you remember, but I've commented on your videos and then I've seen you react to my comment. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go do your thing and let me know when you back. We'll get it in, bro. We'll get it in tonight.
Give me 3 minutes. I'm finna be right back. So this is what I want to like, because I'm giving. So and y'all remember, like, this is the first time I've done this. So you know what I'm saying, I want to appreciate y'all. Y'all remember, like, hey man, I'm a cool ass nigga. I don't be giving a fuck. So you
good brother, bro.
Y'all chill. I'm a chill ass nigga at the end of the day, but. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy your time on Friday night. But hey, I'm gonna be right back. 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said 3 days, nigga.
3 minutes.
Nigga. 3 minutes. Salute to Dub Rightside. I'm gonna be right back. We're gonna come back with the community board topics. Also, too, when everything get right and I got everything right, like these little breaks, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be a lot more Fridays. But anyways, I'm gonna be right
back. Hey, do you mind if I cook while you gone? He didn't say he didn't mind. While he was going, if I cook, so I'm gonna cook for a quick second. I'm gonna cook. When we start to talk about these different fights and these promotions, man, the boxing politicians are the niggas we need to be on their heads, bro. The politicians out here it's nonsense what's going on in the sport of boxing. You ain't never seen it be in any other sport control the way these politicians, the boxing politicians, and when I say the boxing politicians, let me go ahead and clarify who I'm talking about. Al Heyman, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Cameron Duncan, all of those individuals who control the fights as well. Let me go ahead and cook on this as well as the IBF, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC. See, these are the individuals that's destroying the sport of boxing. The reason is because they're not looking to make the best fights the way we want to see. What they're looking to do is to monetize or to make as much money as they can for themselves. And I have a problem with that. The boxing politicians, these dudes are destroying the sport, bro. They're destroying the sport. And I hate to say that because at the end of the day, I love boxing. I love boxing. Boxing is one of my favorite sports. I played basketball, so basketball will always be my favorite sport. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cowboys fan. At the end of the day, boxing is year round, and I can look and cook on boxing damn near every day because it's always something new going on in the sport. The thing is when we look at these politicians, we got to be critical of them, man. We got to be critical. And if we're not critical of them, then we're doing the sport of injustice. And hey, I'm just saying, man, respectfully to my brother,
we got Ebony Sweet in the building.
Because, man, we got to be critical on the politicians in the sport. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I was just saluting to Ebony and Sweet. How about you ladies, motherfucker? But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, man, the boxing politicians, that's what I call them because they like the Democrats and the Republicans. Damn it. They politicians and they want to call sides of the street and all this shit. Hey, at the end of the day, back in the day, when you had Don King and Bob Arum, they were doing cross promotional fights because they were making big fights happen. But it seems to be a lack of that right now. It seems that the politicians in the sport, they screwing the sport, and I have a big problem with that. So anytime I get a chance to talk about it, I want to talk about it. But go ahead, bro. What we cooking on, man? What we cooking on?
No, I agree with a lot of things you're saying. I think that's something though that isn't talked about a lot when it comes to the particular sport when it comes to boxing. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people want to be so fan based when it comes to it, and everybody wants to say, oh, this fighter is ducking this fighter, and this fight isn't happening because this fighter is scared of this fighter. It's like, do you understand that the same corporation that you're working for, or the same entrepreneurship that you're striving for, like all this shit is a business, and it's all dictated by money. So you can't say, oh, this fighter is scared of, you understand this fighter's been doing this for the entirety of his life. He's not scared of nobody.
Facts.
He wants to make these fights happen, but if it doesn't make sense financially, it's not going to happen, because we're talking about a business at the end of the day. It's entertainment. So it's like, I agree with you 100%, but it's like a lot of people don't understand that the end all be all isn't the fighters. Oh, I'm a big fan of Errol Spence, but if Errol Spence doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford, oh, you're ducking. No, that's not how this shit works. If only it was that simple, then we'd probably be having the fights of the lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with that, man. Salute to you, man. So what I'm gonna do real quick, man. Dub Rightside, man. I just want to say this real quick, man. I appreciate you being up here, man. You've been giving great comment for the first time. Me doing this, you know what I'm saying? Bring someone, man. You know what I'm saying? This has been a great time, man. I've been enjoying it. And I appreciate you, bro. For real. Absolutely amazing intellectual boxing comments. You know what I'm saying?
You just don't. I rock with channels. I love to jump on panels and talk boxing. You just don't understand how the knowledge you got. You feel me? Me and you, we can have a true intellectual boxing conversation, and then not get outside of boxing. It don't become personal, whether we agree or not. It's not personal. It's just talking boxing, bro. If I meet like that, I definitely got to rock with you, bro. I definitely got to rock with you.
Hey, man, if you got the time tomorrow, man, it's going to be Fluence Lounge tomorrow. We're going to be doing Fluence Lounge for the Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez card. We also have the UFC. I'm pretty sure it's going to be up here. So, hey, man, hey, look, and I also want to say, I want to have an open card, even to you, Ebony Sweet. Anybody that comes in here, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start dropping the email in the chat. If y'all want to join, you feel me? Just shoot me an email. I'll send you the link, and y'all will be able to join, and y'all can hop into the conversation. So that's going to be the new thing. And I want to salute, you know what I'm saying, once again, the Dub Rightside, because, you know what I'm saying? So you'd be questionable. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Someone's gonna come on. He's gonna troll. He's gonna talk shit. What it is, but now I'm like this. Is what I was like, this is some good shit. So I appreciate it for real. You know what I'm saying?
Much love, my brother. Much love to you.
So, what I want to do real quick before, you know what I'm saying, we get out of here. I still got some time. It's Friday. You feel me? We chilling. I want to get into some of these questions on the community board, because I feel like there'll be some good questions to discuss.
Hey, real quick. Go ahead. Did you say they're gonna trigger me?
You talking about for tomorrow?
No, the question.
Talking about for the questions. For the I don't think the questions will trigger you. The answers may, depending on, you know what I'm saying, where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. I love that. I love all of it.
So we're gonna do a couple of the questions on the community board. We're gonna look at the answers, and then after that, we'll end with watching the reaction of, or not the reaction, but we'll end up with watching Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez the weigh-ins. All right, so let's get into the community board. For the first question, I said, look, so we got Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez Jr. coming up this weekend. Both are 147ers making their debut at 154. So I'm curious, with the current fighters we have, who looks like they are adjusting to the weight better, and who do you think will walk away with the victory? I had some typos in there, but y'all knew what I was talking about. So as of now, we got 9 votes on this joint. We got Danny Garcia winning by KO within 8 rounds. So that's the top vote. And then the second top vote is Don't Doubt Jose Benavidez. He stops Danny at 154. And then the third vote is Garcia is too small, but better than Jose. Split decision for Danny Garcia. We got any pushback on that one right there? How you feeling? Because we got that coming up this weekend. Well, that's tomorrow. We got that. The Fluence Lounge is going to be happening tomorrow. So
I ain't going to lie. I got Danny Garcia in the fight. I don't have him stopping Jose Benavidez. I got him by decision. The thing is,
boring fight.
Say it again.
That sounds like a boring. That's like, you think it's gonna be a boring fight? Because that sounds like a boring fight.
I don't think it'll be boring. It's hard to say in this situation because the layoffs that both of them had. You know what I mean? The layoff, and I know that Jose Benavidez, he's fought at 54 before. Danny Garcia, this is gonna be his first time really fighting at 54. I got Danny Garcia because I think he's a better boxer. Right. But if he loses, I wouldn't be surprised just because I would.
Is bigger.
Say it again.
I said Jose is naturally bigger than him, and technically he's taken less damage or had less wars than Danny Garcia.
Now this is the thing. Danny Garcia, if he don't bring his legs in, Danny Garcia normally doesn't have to bring his legs to fights. He normally has to do that. But in this fight, he has to. If he doesn't do that, you know what I'm saying, he'll lose this fight.
Just like the Earl Spence fight. He didn't bring his legs in that fight.
Facts.
He didn't think he needed them.
And so I think he got to have his legs in this fight, and he got to be on this lateral movement shit to win this fight, because if he want to sit there and trade with Jose Benavidez Jr., I think he'll get his ass beat, bro. He going to get the shit beat out of him if he try to do that.
Surprised. At the very least, he'll be surprised.
But at the end of the day, if he boxes the way I know he can box, bro, and people don't give Danny Garcia enough credit for his boxing ability. He can definitely box. And Danny Garcia, my last thing is, he'll give you, he showed the ability to box, and then he showed the ability to have kind of no clue what he's doing while boxing, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so because I've seen that from him, I'm picking him to win because I think he's more talented. But I ain't gonna lie, man, Jose Benavidez Jr., he can crack, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna let his hands go. He definitely gonna let his hands go. So I'm interested, but I'm picking Danny Garcia to win that fight.
So I'm kind of on the same page that you're on, because I'm like, I can't see Danny Garcia stopping Jose Benavidez for some reason. But you want to know what's kind of weird? I can see Jose Benavidez stopping Danny Garcia.
I can't see that.
The only way. That's the only way I see Jose winning. I don't think Jose outboxes Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia is a better boxer. I think he can generate more power. I think he's fought better opposition. But I think Jose's potential, I don't think a lot of people remember, man, when he was coming up, man, he was supposed to be that guy, man. He was supposed to be bigger than who David Benavidez was. And I still think he has that potential. He just ran into some, some unfortunate, problems in his life. So I think that's still there. So if he can tap into that, I think it's going to be a hard fight for Danny Garcia, not because he's better than him, but I think it's because Danny Garcia has experienced some losses that, made him maybe feel like he's at the tier end of his career. And I think that's going to be a big part of this, is psychologically. I think Jose can rebound off of a loss to Terrence Crawford more than Danny Garcia can rebound off a loss to Errol Spence. Why? It sounds crazy because they're about to fight each other, but it's because Danny Garcia fought against Errol Spence, who came off of that big injury, car accident, etc.
Hey, let me know. Can I ask one question for you? One question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk Bud and EJ? If we are, then I'll reserve my comments. If we not, then I'll get my shit off.
Let's talk it. Let's talk, because I'm like, you said how you feel, so I'm like, we can move on. Go ahead, talk your shit.
Man, so this is the thing. I think that I don't think Jose Benavidez has been in the ring with the level of competition outside of Bud. You know what I'm saying? And Bud, I got Bud pound for pound number one. You know what I'm saying? I got him pound for pound number one. But I also have him losing to EJ. So I'll put it out there. I'll put that out there.
Okay.
My thing is that I just in this fight, bro, I just feel like because Danny Garcia, and I'm the guy who normally rocks with the boxer over the puncher.
Okay.
And I think Jose Benavidez, his boxing ability is good, but I think Danny Garcia has great boxing ability. You know what I mean? I think the tool set is different, and I think Danny Garcia has the. I don't think he'll stop him, but I do think he wins on the cards.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
And last thing, also when I look at boxing matches, I also look at who is promoting the fight and how the fight may happen. And because of that, I think that the PBC, they're looking to promote Danny Garcia. So I think if it's
that's crazy you point that out. Yeah, I agree with that.
If it's a close fight, I think that Danny Garcia gets the win.
So I know this is random, and it doesn't have nothing to do with the conversation we were talking about. But why are they promoting Danny Garcia so much, but they won't promote Keith Thurman? It doesn't make sense to me. Why y'all doing this to Keith Thurman, but y'all want Danny Garcia to be the great one? All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm sorry. That probably doesn't.
Now.
Sorry.
Let's not talk about Keith Thurman. Let's not do that. The reason I say let's not do that is because I'm gonna tell you, I was a Keith Thurman fan, bro. I love Keith Thurman. I thought he was the goods.
He still is. What you mean?
Nah,
I'll debunk everything you think that's negative about Keith Thurman right now. Give me one thing right now. I'll debunk it.
Did he? Was the car accident real?
It doesn't matter. Wait, you for Keith Thurman?
Oh, you said you're gonna debunk it now. You gonna debunk
Keith Thurman?
For Keith?
It doesn't matter if the car accident is real, whether or not. At the end of the day, he survived some traumatic shit.
Okay, so you think the shit was real?
Yeah, absolutely.
But we ain't never seen the tree hit. We ain't seen the car. I ain't gonna get into that. I don't even want to get into that.
But I'm gonna say that's necessary. Why do we got to see all that?
The reason is because if it's not necessary, I ain't gonna argue that point. I'm not gonna argue that point.
Let's say if that wasn't the case, we all know, you know what I'm saying, we've been in some shit and we ain't trying to stall nobody out and we gotta create some shit. So I'm like, I ain't finna put nobody in, you know what I'm saying, no bind. I'm like, hey, look, man, you had some shit happen, you got hurt, for sure.
Bro, my thing once again, and I'm not gonna get into
nothing.
Go ahead.
I said I'm just saying it didn't hinder nothing because I'm like
it hindered a lot.
Can I say this? Why does nobody talk about this? My guy Keith Thurman was undisputed at 27 years old, 28 years old.
Keith Thurman was never disputed.
You want me to do this right now? Because you know I'm finna pull it up.
Pull it up
right now. Okay.
When was Keith Thurman undisputed, bro?
All right, I love this. All right, I'm finna. Hey, we finna go crazy with it. Hold up. Oh, yeah, wait, was I wrong? What was it?
And I just want to make sure we talking about this. So Keith Thurman was an undisputed champion at 47. That's what you're telling me.
Absolutely.
Oh my. Okay, show it to me. Show it to me.
God damn it. I ain't got shit. All right, I lost this one, yo.
No. Oh no, hold up. Now you conceding? You conceding?
Wait, hold on. I could have swore I had factual proof.
If you got the factual proof, present it, and if it's factual, I will tell you I'm wrong every day of the week. I will tell you I'm wrong. Keith Thurman has never been undisputed at 147. Never.
That's actually correct. I won't cap. It's got me. Hey, y'all see it.
Now that you say that, hold on. Now that you say that, I gotta say this. This is my problem with Keith Thurman is he had the opportunity to be undisputed. He had the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, if he would have beat Floyd, you know what I'm saying, he would have been undisputed. Floyd told him, fight.
All right, hold up. All right. Y'all see, I had a momentary lapse of judgment. See, I had to get my shit together. See, I was like, oh, Fluence is losing. Now I'm here for everybody. All right, he was not the undisputed. You was correct. You're absolutely right when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but respect for that. But does anybody give a fuck about the WBA title?
Man, see, now we can't do that. We can't do this.
Anybody give a fuck about the WBA title? Like, come on, man. Let's talk about it.
Hold on. We can't do this. The reason we can't do this is if we're gonna say nobody cares about that title.
Nobody does care about the WBA title. He had the WBC and he had the WBA BO. He just did not have the WBA.
When Mel became undisputed, we said at 154, you know what I'm saying, he's undisputed because he had that title.
Literally, my guys only lost is the Pacquiao, bruh.
Let me just get mine off.
Right, go ahead. So
if we gonna say that, if we gonna say what you just said, nobody cares about this title. No, we're in the 4-belt era right now. That's where we're at, whether I like it or not. And I have criticism about it, but I'm not gonna criticize it right now just because in this conversation, if we're not gonna say this man had all 4 belts, the same way that Mel Charlo got all of them, the same way Bud got all of them, the same way Devin Haney got all of them, we called him undisputed, correct?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
We can't say Keith Thurman was undisputed then. We can't say it, and I'm not gonna say it. So at the end of the day, hey, if we want to say that,
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, you see my guy. You see, it's only the WBA that he lost, and it was to Manny Pacquiao, so that's why I didn't try to say he was the. I'm just saying, hey, somebody talk to your boy. You feel me?
Man,
he won a WBO. He won the WBO, WBA, WBC. I'm just trying to say, man, people don't
gotta stop this, brother.
Respect. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta stop this, brother. You gotta stop it. Hey, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman. And once again, the reason I'm tough on Keith Thurman now is because I thought Keith Thurman was gonna be the goods. I thought he was. No, he's not.
I have to stop what I'm doing, but I'm like, you just like Keith Thurman is only lost. Do you see his record? He's only lost to Pacquiao. Like, what is he?
I'm not good.
Like, I'm confused. Like, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer regardless. If he retired right now,
ain't nobody. Hold up. You moving the goalposts and you talking about the Hall of Fame and all. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about nothing.
Him.
How am I disrespecting him by speaking the truth?
You trying to make it seem like he ain't really accomplished some great things in the sport, and you're also trying to make it seem like he can't continue to do it when he's only 33. He's younger than Terrence Crawford and a year older than Earl Spence.
I've never said any of the things you just said. I've never said that. All I said is I thought Keith was gonna be the truth, bro. I wanted Keith Thurman to be the truth. You feel me? I thought he was the next up in line. And then hold on. Okay. And I understand you love him. I understand it. I understand. But at the same time, I gotta be critical of individuals when the facts show that you didn't do certain things. The man lost the Manny Pacquiao, the same individual who lost to Ugas. You feel me? Hey, if that's what happened, that's what happened. I ain't mad at Keith Thurman, and matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say. I will say one. I will say.
Do you really think he lost to Pacquiao though? We watched that fight. He won the fight. He won the fight by 2 rounds.
Man, the man got his ass beat, bro. Come on now.
He didn't like. Okay, if you really feel like that way, then I like. If you really down, we'll do where we watch the fight on the channel.
Hey,
a full round, and we'll see who really won.
We'll score together.
Okay, I'm like, that's crazy for you to really try and make it seem like Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman's ass is great. Keith Thurman won by 2 rounds. Everybody based that fight off of that one knockdown, and it didn't matter. In the last 5 rounds, Pacquiao was exhausted.
Once again, I understand and like I said earlier, even though I felt this way about a fight. Right, this is how it got scored. I'm okay with it. My thing is, hey, I thought Keith Thurman. I thought he was the goods. I rock with Keith Thurman. I stopped rocking with Keith Thurman when he started the bullshit, bro. When he started the bullshit, I stopped rocking with him.
What's the bullshit?
Say it again.
I said, what was the bullshit?
the nigga hitting the tree that nobody couldn't find the tree. They couldn't find the car. Nobody don't know what the fuck happened. But all of a sudden, nah. Oh man, come on.
Look, I can respect that you feel that way. I'm on the chill side of the game when it comes to that. I know what Keith Thurman on. Like, he don't spend a lot of money. Like, this nigga don't even have real training camps. He don't even train with a real boxing camp. He'll be at LA Fitness doing his workouts and his training camps, and he's still beating niggas. So, you know, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to believe the shit that's going on in his life. That shit real though. He really do. It's confirmed shit.
All I'm saying is that respect to Keith Thurman. But at this current moment in time, because we could talk about the past all we want to, and I'm that guy.
He did that for the Barrios fight. The Barrios fight was the first fight he actually had a real camp.
So Keith Thurman is the number one contender in the WBC right now, right?
Right.
So because he beat Mario Barrios. Because he beat Mario Barrios, he should be number one in the WBC. That's what you're telling me.
No, I'm not saying he should be the number one WBC.
Then why the fuck is he the number one? Why is he number one right now?
Because of what he did in the past. I already said what he did at 27 and 28. Like he said, he should have been undisputed. The only reason he wasn't undisputed because them niggas played him.
Who played him?
The WBA.
How?
He would have easily beat the WBA champion. The WBA champion was his shit. They tried to keep that shit from him.
Why?
WBA ain't shit. No one respects the WBA. Come on now.
So now, and this is the thing. With all the other champions, all the other undisputed champions, what you telling me is I gotta disrespect them by saying the WBA ain't shit. I gotta disrespect Devin Haney. I gotta disrespect Bud Crawford. I gotta disrespect okay. If you want to call it a narrative, I understand it. I'm just saying that if that's the case, and mind you, the WBA, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? We believe Al. That's what I call the WBA, because normally Al is able to make that fight happen for the WBA, and Keith was rocking with Al at the time. Let's just keep it real, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Al Heyman sidelined Keith Thurman as soon as Earl Spence came to the spotlight. And also, y'all want to know something right now when it comes to Black Goose TV, you know what I'm saying? I love all the promoters. I think all of y'all are amazing. But I'm one of those people who I understand the niche part of it. So that's why you hear things when I say, I appreciate Eddie Hearn, Bob. Al, man, look, he's that nigga the UFC of boxing. If you're not in the brand, you out the brand. So there ain't no way he's trying to make fights happen for Keith Thurman. The reason why he's not trying to make fights happen for Keith Thurman, because the only important fights that will happen for Keith Thurman within the brand are fights that are going to generate money for the PBC outside of the brand. So there's no way Keith Thurman is going to get a valuable fight with PBC.
I don't
have anyone for him.
I don't rock with Al for one reason and one reason only, because he shelved Gary Russell Jr. or Mr. Gary Russell. I want to put respect on that. Because he shelved his ass. I don't rock with the nigga. I don't rock with him.
But talk about why they did though, because they had someone in mind that they thought was going to be the next motherfucking superstar, and that shit just backfired.
I don't give a fuck if you think man, I want to see the best fight the best. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, so respectfully to you, no disrespect whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, Mr. Gary Russell, that nigga, man, he one of the best fighters I've seen in the sport of boxing. He one of the best. Mm-hmm. One of the longest reigning champions. And what he got? One fight a year. No, I don't want to hear none of that, man. I don't want to hear none of it. And if I got to shit on Al Heyman, I'm going to shit on him. If I got to shit on Bob Arum, I'm going to shit on him. If I got to shit on any other promoters, bro, and I call them the boxing politicians, any of the sanctioning bodies, I call them the boxing politicians. If I got to shit on you, because the fighters that I believe in and that I wanted to see fight the best, if those fights weren't made and these individuals was looking for the smoke and you didn't make the fight, I got to call a spade a spade. That's just my opinion.
No, but you got to understand, though, a lot of people don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to call a spade a spade. A lot of people want to ride with certain factors, or certain groups, and feel like, okay, hey, if I go ahead and say this, everyone's going to support me and what I'm saying, and because of what I'm supporting and what I'm saying is going to be true. But in reality, it's like, but it's because it's entertainment, and it's weird, and it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it's like I understand both sides, because it's like if I'm looking at it from an entertainment point. If I'm looking at it as like I'm appreciating the fighter, if it looks like I'm supporting the fighter, I'm only going to look at it from that aspect. I'm not going to be unbiased. You can't ask me as a fan to be unbiased. You feel me? So
I'm
it's like
not.
I understand that. But from the other aspect, it's like, don't be delusional to act as if we're not talking about an entertainment business, a professional business where it's like it's not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. Like it's not that simple. So it's like, yeah, absolutely.
So I look at myself, and I can only speak for myself, nobody else. I look at myself as the pure fan of the sport, right? And so if if I can't call nonsense when I think I'm seeing nonsense, I'm gonna call it. And regardless of what, and I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at anybody for doing what they think is best for their pockets. That's one thing. But as a boxing fan, and that's what I am, I'm paying for fights. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie to you. If the Bud Spence fight don't get made, I ain't paying for shit else. If if uh
You
um
lying.
if Ryan versus Tank don't get made, I'm not paying for shit no more,
You
bro.
know you lying.
No, I ain't. How I'm lying?
Because we have a million fights that has happened we have a million fights that has not happened that we were hoping that was going to happen, and we're still continuing being like, oh yeah, we hope for this. You're lying. We're always going to hope for the fight that we want to happen, even if it doesn't happen, because that's marketing, that's business, that's what keeps us on the hook, that's what keeps us entertained.
Hey, I can tell you how I'm not lying. The reason I'm not lying is because the same way about and Bud EJ, Bob Arum came out and said because niggas stream, because there's the piracy, you know what I'm saying? That's why the money ain't there.
They
Damn it,
lying
I'm
though.
I'm joining. I'm
The
joining.
piracy isn't taking that much money away. I'm telling you that right now. They're making a hell of a lot of money.
But this the problem.
Piracy ain't shit.
I have been one of the individuals. I can't speak on nobody else. I ain't trying to speak on no. I can only speak on myself. I have been an individual buying fights. I done bought all any Bud pay per view, any EJ pay per view. Nigga, I bought the goddamn what it was, Ortiz versus Charles Martin pay per view. Nigga, I bought that shit.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I didn't buy none of this shit because all this is bullshit. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, nigga. I'm like, you lied, nigga, because one of those fights you said you bought, they wasn't pay-per-view, nigga. And I'm Fluence right now. I don't remember which one you just said, but one of them niggas wasn't pay-per-view. So I know you didn't pay pay-per-view for that bitch.
Let me know.
Martin Luis Ortiz one was, but the
That
one
shit,
right before that, I was like, nigga, that wasn't pay-per-view, nigga. You didn't pay for that shit.
oh. Tell me which pay per view I didn't buy. Tell me which.
No, I heard it, nigga. I just don't remember, nigga, because I'm Fluence. But I was like, nigga, that wasn't no pay-per-view, nigga.
Rewind the live stream. Respectfully.
I know not. Look, all right, hey yo, salute to Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More. I'm gonna definitely subscribe to the channel. This is the first time I'm seeing you up in here, so I salute to you, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? He's enjoying the talk. I'm gonna definitely subscribe to you. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, salute to my guy, Dub Rightside, man.
Hey brother, I just started my channel, man. I need you to jump on one day with me, man. I love
Hey,
this
let's
shit.
do it, man. It's the first. Hey, yo, look, hey, because I'm like, I'm in the, I'm in the YouTube game. I'm not fully in the YouTube game, but I'm like, hey, hey, collaborating. We gotta do some shit because I'm like, this is too good of a live, man. This is too good of a time right here, man.
This is the enjoyment I have with talking with individuals who know boxing. It's so interesting because a lot of people say they know boxing, but they can't speak on all fighters the way we speaking on fighters right now.
RIP Roger Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? He said it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they act like they don't boxing, they don't know boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm
boxing, bro. Most people don't know shit about boxing.
One of my sayings is, you know what I'm saying, I'm old to some and I'm young to others. So like I need to get back into the gym so I can get, back, you know what I'm saying, re-educated when it comes to the boxing side of the game. But I do the best I can to y'all family, you know what I'm saying? Like I stay consistent as much as possible. I've been doing this for a long time. I ain't done nothing professionally. I never say I did, but I really appreciate the sport, man. The sport is amazing. It's done. I appreciate it so much, man. It's taken another level to my life in the sense
Bro,
of just
you
keeping,
just don't know. You don't know how much I appreciate you because I ain't gonna lie. I've been tapped into your channel for a minute.
yeah.
You know, and like I said, I like commenting. You don't respond to my comments and shit, and I
You said I
appreciate.
don't.
No, you have responded to my.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, we do the response. I'm like, this is the Fluence Friday. I'm like, I ain't got to it yet. No
Nah,
way.
you
So I'm
respond.
waiting for it.
You preview. I ain't sent shit
Yeah,
recently.
you ain't responded to me. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
don't do me like that. Hey, I
And I
show up.
appreciate the people. I know I'm acting stupid. I'm being dumb, but for real quick, I appreciate the people for real. Like all this shit, everything, you know what I'm saying, is built off of your. I don't know. It ain't much. I'm not trying to say it's much, but it's just dope, man. I never would expect it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time. So yeah, I'm done. I won't be too crazy.
All facts. It's interesting when you get on this YouTube shit, bruh. You start to meet people, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn, I ain't even know niggas had
Yeah.
knowledge of boxing the way, or would talk boxing the way that I talk boxing. And you one of
Yeah.
those dudes, bro. Like I respect you so much.
Yeah.
So I always know it's always love from me.
Nah, it's the same way. Like even for this, like I didn't know how this shit was gonna finna go. You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing I've been wanting to do is I definitely been wanting to drop, you know what I'm saying, the links in the comments. Like I want people to join, but this is the first time. By the way, I'm sick, so y'all don't judge me, but this is the first time I really did the joint, and like bro, like you showed out, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you being here, you know what I'm saying? You really been giving absolutely amazing insight on everything we've been talking about, you know what I'm saying, superior to even mine, you know what I'm saying? So this is why I really appreciate it. This is why I be saying, like, drop in the comments, like, regardless, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all feel like anything I'm saying, like, y'all don't agree with me, you agree with me, whatever the case may be, like, I be supporting it to the extent, because I'm like, it's the first time, but it's gonna be the future. I'm like, tomorrow we're gonna be on the same shit. So I'm like, tomorrow we got Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez Jr. And then we also got that UFC card happening. So, and then Zen gonna be up in here for long term. You know, Zen a little bit younger than me. You know what I'm saying, young boy. So I'm saying he was out there. You know what I'm saying, he finna go, and he in the west a western atmosphere. So he gonna fuck with them bitches. So, and I'm
Hey,
sick, so I can't do nothing. So, you know what I'm
if you
saying.
don't mind me asking, brother, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, I'll
I'm
tell my age.
28. I'm 28.
Bro, I'm 34, so I'm older than
Yeah.
you too. So
Yeah, I'm 28. I ain't got no problem. I'll tell everybody, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? 20, but it's nothing but love. I'm sick. I think I got the vid. I'm not gonna say the full name because they're gonna try and
don't say it. Don't say it. They'll be there
yeah,
to cut shit off.
but I hopefully I'll be good. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? 6 to 7 days. Salute to every sweat. NBA games are legally streamed, but they make millions. UFC does too. Pay-per-view too expensive. Let me ask this. Are you gonna be paying for anybody watching right now? Are you gonna pay for the pay-per-views coming up this weekend for the UFC? And I know
Nope.
probably a lot of y'all boxing people, so
I like UFC, but I don't really rock with UFC like that just because a lot of it, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't understand a lot of like, and when I say I don't understand, I'm saying that I understand taking niggas to the ground, grappling, understand it, but at the same time, I don't understand it. Whereas with boxing, I've watched boxing so long, I understand boxing very well, and I love the sweet science. I think I think it's different. I think those are two different sports, and if it now, I will say if Israel Adesanya is fighting, I'm buying this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm buying. If John Jones is fighting, I'm buying it. Outside of them, bruh, yeah, it is what it is. For me, that's just for me.
My bad, Joe. Look,
Did you catch what I said?
yeah, you was talking about you don't really. It's like you be watching MMA, but at the same time, you don't really understand it because when it comes to the grappling and all the extra shit, it's like.
But if it's Israel Adesanya, I rock with Izzy. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? If it's John Jones, I rock with him. Outside of that,
I love how. Hold up.
go ahead.
I love how all the boxing fans, what I'm saying, especially, all people, I'm saying, we always rock, I'm saying, with the strikers of the sports. It's like, I'm telling you right now, I know the game, and when it comes, it's like, I do rock. I love, John Jones, one of my favorite fighters. Actually, my favorite fighters when it comes to MMA. I'm gonna tell you right now, Daniel Cormier, Tyron Woodley, I love Leon Edwards. Anyways, I started, okay, so my background was not boxing. My background was Do. So I did Do. That was my background. I did that for a long period of time. Then I transitioned into Muay Thai. After Muay Thai, I transitioned to boxing. After boxing, I transitioned to jiu-jitsu and wrestling. So I have a certain type of what I really be filling out and I be liking. So with that being said, man, I got a little off topic right there. My bad, y'all.
And I will tell you, if you start to talk MMA, you're gonna lose me, bro, because I don't know it that well.
Because that's what I realized. I was like, damn, I'm talking. I was like, why is it nobody interrupting me right now? Like, nobody said, okay, oh, hold up.
I just I enjoy it when I watch it, and you know what I'm saying. You name fighters, I've probably seen them fight, but at the same time, I don't enjoy it the way I enjoy boxing. That's just me.
I won't lie. Like this channel was built off of boxing and MMA because I did both when I started doing this. I would watch this. It was really like I don't even know how we get in here. It's random, whatever. But yeah, it was built off of I was doing a lot of I was watching a lot of MMA cards and I was watching a lot of boxing cards because I was actually more of an MMA head because that was kind of my that's what I was brought into. Like I was doing Taekwondo and Muay Thai, that's what I was brought into doing. Like me personally training, I didn't get into boxing until kind of a little bit later. So, but it's weird because now I love watching boxing, I love training it, I love everything I'm doing around training. Being centered around cardio wise, being for boxing. So it's very interesting how life works because you do things thinking expecting a certain outcome, and it's the exact opposite. So,
all facts. Real quick, so you train for both? Oh, you train fighters for both? You train fighters for both?
No. Me personally, when I first started training, it was in Taekwondo. That was when I was 20, something like that, 19, 20. That was Taekwondo, and then I ended up switching to Muay Thai. And then after Muay Thai, I did jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and after that, I did boxing. And after boxing, I just kind of stuck to boxing the whole time. So
can I? Well, last question about this, and then we'll get going to on.
But I'm a basketball player, by the way, y'all.
Bro, I'm a basketball player.
I hooped. I was that's my if y'all look and you type in my name, you type in my highlights, you'll see me playing basketball. So I'm a basketball player. I don't have no highlights of fighting. All my highlights is hooping. So
hey, I'm a hooper as well. You feel me? Well, I used to be a hooper. I'm old now, so I ain't got. I'll still get in there in school, motherfuckers. I got IQ in basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's what'll get me over the edge. But I just gotta ask my last question. So you train or you train for the different things. What pushed you toward boxing over everything, or not necessarily pushed you toward boxing, but how did boxing become as big for you as it is? Because a lot of individuals don't know the sport like you know the sport, and I can tell you know the sport just by talking to you. So,
that's just kind of how I am. I really, it's the same thing. If we were talking about jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, I'm not a black belt, nothing like that. I'm not close to it. But I see it the same way. You feel me? So, but I just took it more liking to boxing because that was more intriguing. The reason why I took it more of a liking to it because at the point I came across somebody right now, and I know he's doing good, and I know he's chilling. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Andre. You know what I'm saying? He probably would never see this, but salute to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just connected. We talked. He was cool. He was a mentor for me for at the time. You know what I'm saying? And he really made me enjoy boxing and everything about it. And all of a sudden, I was just, you know, because it's like for me, it's weird because I did Jake Kondo in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It was like there was a very particular way of you know what I'm saying, of striking when it comes to that. And boxing isn't necessarily incorporated. Like people don't realize when you do Muay Thai or when you do Jeet Kune Do, it's like boxing isn't necessarily incorporated in that. Everything is kind of based to set everything up for your kicks or, you know, vice versa. So it's like when I really realized the technical ability behind boxing, I was like, man, that shit is, I just thought it was crazy. So, you know, it's nothing special, but yeah.
No, that it's all special because the skill sets that you're talking about, I know myself, I don't have any of those skill sets. And for you to understand them and to know what's going on there, that's very special. Very special. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
No, I appreciate it. No, it's respect. So, all right. So, look, yeah, salute to the people. This is what I want to do right now. I want to say salute to people, everything. You know what I'm saying? This has been a very good live. This is what I'm going to do. I want to go through a couple more community board questions. I want to see how you feel about them. You know what I'm saying? Any of them trigger you. And then I want to definitely end with us because I'm like, I'm not going to clickbait y'all. I put in the title that we're going to watch the Danny Garcia, Jose Benavidez weigh-ins. We're going to do that. But I want to get through a couple questions of this community board because I think there's a couple questions that I definitely want to hear your opinion about. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else who's watching this right now, who's in the chat, Ebony Sweet, you've been in the chat. Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More, you've been in the chat. Let me know what y'all feel about any of these topics right now. So let's get it. So, all right, this question right here was so recently, and I love this question right here because I love one of the responses. So recently, Ryan Garcia came out and said nowadays belts don't matter, only money fights. The WBC responded, or the president responded and claimed that it is not true, and Garcia only thinks this is way because of the money and popularity he has outside of the sport of boxing. Let me ask you, family, is Ryan right? Are belts full of bullshit? And is it all about the money fights? Or are you rocking with the WBC president saying belts still are fundamental in creating a star and generating money? So in other words, Ryan Garcia is saying belts don't matter. The only thing that matters is big money fights. The WBC president is saying, no, that's not. You know, the only reason you're saying that is because you have a big popularity and a big following outside of boxing. But for the average person, belts mean something, and you know you can create a lot of money and you can generate a lot of money. Who do you agree with when it comes to the votings right now? We have, hate to say it, but Garcia is right. Belts are bullshit. That's 25%. Case by case scenario. The belts are oversaturated but necessary. So that's the case. How you feel about that, man?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And the reason I say that, and respectfully, the reason I say it's bullshit is because the belts have always mattered. And if you look at any other division right now, any other division, niggas are fighting for belts. That's what they going for. Okay. At 135, when Devin Haney became undisputed, the belts, they didn't mean nothing then. That's when they didn't mean nothing. And the reason they didn't mean that because y'all niggas and Ryan Garcia, for him to say this, right? For him to say this and to also have an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be the challenger for the WBC belt twice and never take that challenge on, of course he's going to say that. Respect to him. He got Instagram followers. He got social media followers. You know what I'm saying? He can sell fights out. I'm not mad at that. But what I will say is when you sit here and start to talk about belts don't matter, you tell me another division that the belts don't fucking matter. You tell me one outside of 35 right now. Tell me a division the belts don't matter.
You want me to tell you one?
Please.
Cruiserweight.
You said cruiserweight?
No one give a fuck about a cruiserweight title belt.
Well, nobody don't know who cruiserweight fighters. Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I know cruiserweight fighters. So I'll talk.
You can't say that. That's all I'm saying. I got you. I'm like, you can't say name a division. I'm like, nigga, I tell you, there's multiple. The only divisions that anybody gives a fuck about in boxing right now is welterweight, heavyweight, and the only reason we care about the light heavyweight division is because Canelo.
Not true. Not true.
Of course, we got the lightweight division, but other than that, that's 4 divisions in all the divisions we have in boxing.
Not true. Not true at all. And I'll prove it to you now. So for when Bam Rodriguez, when he went and beat the shit out of Quadras, you know what I'm saying? Then beat the shit out of did belts not matter then? When he after he beat Quadras and then he went and beat Rumbassai, now he's looking to fight Chocolatito. The belts not matter then? No, they matter. They absolutely matter there. When it comes down to Stephen Coolboy, you know what I'm saying, versus MJ. I hope I say the right. I hope I say his name right. Akhmadaliev. Do the belts not matter for undisputed at 126? Absolutely, that shit matter. You know what I'm saying? When Shakur Stevenson won the belt, what's the first thing he said at 30? Nah, nigga, I want to fight what's my boy name in England? I can't call his name right now. I apologize. But what did he say? Nah, I want to fight him. I want to go undisputed. When Josh Taylor got the belts, you know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, he lost to Jack Catterall. But even then, when the other fight started, he started dropping belts. Now the belts matter, nigga. If the belts don't matter, then what we're saying is, if the belts really don't matter, what we're saying is that, hey, just because you got a name, then you can go for Ryan Garcia has never been a champion, a true champion. Never. And when he had the opportunity to be a true champion, Devin Haney showed up, and I know this just because I got this shit. It's part of my debate coming up. Yeah. But when Devin Haney showed up in his fights, you know what I'm saying?
Kill this debate, by the way, man. We've been having it. You better if you don't kill this debate, because I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna be mad, the motherfucker. Like, if I get all that ammo to kill this nigga with the shit he got, there ain't no way he should beat you, bro. And if you lose, I'm gonna just shut down my YouTube channel. I'm like, man.
Hey, you can hear brother cooking. You can hear brother cooking. And
I hear it, but you gotta cook this nigga when the night is there. I'm like, no, you better win the debate, nigga.
Well, this the thing. When it comes to a debate, it's not the topics. It's about the topics. You know what I'm saying? And we got 3 topics that we're gonna debate, and then we got one unknown topic, and the moderator can throw this shit out there how he want to.
But he's all off of popularity. He's all off of Gervonta Davis. There's no way you should lose. The only way he'll feel like he'll get the upper hand if he goes off of popularity.
But that's what I expect. I'm not mad at that. And I already know, you know what I'm saying? It's a poll out there who gonna win the debate. I'm a 25% favorite right now. I'm okay with that. The reason I'm okay is because I know what I'm coming to.
The reason why, because you're coming into a certain type of territory. Because Devin Haney,
I don't care. I don't
even want to get into it. We're debating literally a young nigga, like our future. And we're trying to make it seem like he's not part of our future. It's so weird to me.
No. And that's what I'm here for, is to show these individuals that, damn it, Devin Haney, he the goods.
That's he's us. Like, y'all acting like he's not us. Like, y'all acting like he's like someone else. Like, what?
but because Tank Davis get knockouts, you got
Yeah,
to debate this. You got
yeah,
to. But
crazy, bro.
when I come with the facts that I'm gonna come with, you know what I'm saying? I'm not coming with nothing else but facts. That's what I'm coming with. And
Hey,
so, and I'm gonna ask and knockout 86 TV. That's my brother. You feel me? I'm on this channel all the time. He allows me to rock with him, and I love him to death. But I gotta
nah,
cook him
salute
in
to
this.
Knockout 86 TV all day. Salute.
But I gotta cook him. I gotta cook him in this situation, and that's
Okay.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring facts to the table. And but that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, tune in if y'all want to tune in to this shit. We're gonna be
What day is it? Let them know. Cause I'm like, let's go ahead. I
it,
go 100 million next. So I'm like, man, we've been going crazy with it for the night. I'm a finish. But look, hey,
it's
but
this coming
Fluence
Thursday.
Lounge, we're gonna be lit tomorrow, man. We're gonna be live for the Danny Garcia, Jose Benavidez Jr. So we're gonna be live for that. We got the UFC card tomorrow. So I'm gonna be Fluence Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Zen gonna be in this thing. I don't know how long he'll be. You know what I'm saying? He younger than me. You know what I'm saying? He living his life. So if you want to go forward the business, go forward the business. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with none of that. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your life, nigga. So but I'm gonna definitely be here for sure when it comes to those fights. So y'all can definitely rock with me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes up, we're gonna be crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is the new thing. I'm like, and I'm saying salute to you because he got me comfortable with it. So I'm like, okay, I can throw the email out there. Y'all can rock with it. Y'all can compose yourself. So we gonna be on some new shit when it comes to these Fluence Lounges and Fluence Fridays.
The way you did it, bro. Hey, you may want to stick with that for a minute. The reason I say
All
that is
day.
I jump on panels. You know what I'm saying? I got my own panel, and when one thing you didn't ask me to do was to show myself or that. Nah, ask niggas to show themselves and all of
Bro,
that.
none of that, nigga. We talking, nigga. I care about the conversation, nigga.
I
I like, nigga,
understand,
what's the
but
conversation about? You feel me?
I,
Obviously, like, saying got a new girl. I hope, man, you better be taking this time out getting them bitches. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? God,
but what happened is a nigga will listen to your channel, you know what I'm saying, and they'll disagree with what you talking about, regardless of what it is, and then what they want to do, they gonna hit the link, and then they gonna come on and put
come
porn.
on in.
Now I'm just telling you, it's facts. I've seen this multiple times. They gonna come on, they gonna put porn shit on, naked, titty, they gonna put all type of shit on. And you gonna be sitting here like, bro, what the fuck you on?
They
Nah,
gonna try
bro.
to discredit my shit. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. They get the fuck out of here.
If you going, all I'm saying is, if you drop the link in the and you seen somebody like myself, I wanted to cook with you. You know what I'm saying? So you said, hey, hit my
I didn't know
email.
too. I was skeptical, man. In the beginning, I was like, man, he finna be on some bullshit. Cause I'm like, I've been doing this little YouTube shit for a little bit, and I'm like, most niggas they be on some bullshit. But I was like, nah, you on some real shit. I appreciate you, bro. Cause I'm like, this like even like,
But
I'm like, I salute to Zen, I love Zen, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog to the day I die, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with that nigga, but I'm like, we really had some good conversation when it comes to boxing shit. So that's why I really be like, I'm like, let me know when you want to get back on the platform, man. We can really do some shit. Like if you want like when we doing the Fluence boxing tomorrow, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you the link. Come through, bro.
just keep that same energy, bro. Keep that same energy as you
We
gotta
gonna
prove to me. You gotta prove to me that you really about that boxing talk. You feel me? You not a troll. You not trying to
bro,
because
I do this shit, nigga. I'm like what's today? Friday? I
take
was I
the
was sick. I was sick, and I did my work. Like tomorrow, I'm finna do my workout tomorrow with shadow boxing. Like I don't play this shit.
but hey,
I don't.
I gotta
Play
say
none
this.
of this.
And I got two things to say. First thing is I'm gonna drop my phone my phone number in your shit, and I don't do that a lot of times, but I rock with you, bro. Like
Yeah, I don't play none of this. I'm not trying to be extra or you know what I'm saying? Like
this whole